We live in this world. Now the vision of the Vedas regarding the place where we live, it considers this whole world as one. This I told you earlier, when you speak of Rashtra, the word Rashtra is used in the Vedas several times. This Rashtra is not the nations separated and bifurcated by the human beings. Nowadays, when you say nation or when you say Rashtra, we get into our mind the man-made pieces of land separated by different territories. But the Vedas look at the whole world, the whole globe as one nation, one Rashtra. And that's more practical. Because the man-made territories and the man-made bifurcations, they are all artificial. They are not there earlier. Because of their selfish motives, because they wanted to exercise a supremacy over the resources in a particular area, they started bifurcating, they started putting boundaries, they started putting fences, and the whole world has been split into, disintegrated into several pieces called nations. It's all unnatural. But with reference to the nature and the natural forces, they never recognize these bifurcations or separations or territories. Air flows. It never says, okay, now the boundary has come, I'll stop here. No. The river flows. It never recognizes the man-made territory and say, okay, I am passing through this country. Now the end of this country has come because it's territory and it will stop flowing. No, it flows. Air pollution from the negative side. Air pollution, it spreads. It's not bothered about the man-made territories. It spreads even beyond it. The man-made territory cannot prevent air pollution. The effect on the environment, it affects the whole globe. It never says it is happening in particular part of the globe and only that country is affected. No. If there is a hole in the ozone layer, it affects the whole globe. If there is warming, the whole globe is affected, global warming. So if we understand the concept of nation on this basis, that is more realistic. Whatever happens in one part of the globe will definitely affect the whole globe, because the whole globe is one. Now this is the vision what we got in the Vedas, which is close to reality and which is totally different from the man-made nations and its territories. Not only that, okay, this is one way of looking at things. Not only that, they also look at this whole human society as one. But today, because of so many reasons, mainly selfishness, the whole human race has been split into, disintegrated into different castes, creeds, religions, nationalities, this and that. Say anything, there's a faction. The whole human society, we should have been one. split into pieces and pieces, numerous pieces. And there has always been a fight between one part and the other part. And the whole world is boiling. And world peace is still an utopia for us. It's still a dream for us. It should have been the reality. Because this globe is one. And all human race should have been one. But the result is totally the opposite. Because the vision is not wide. The vision is not broad. It's so narrow. We identify with a particular caste, creed, race, religion. And we always think the people belong to other castes, other creed, other religion are inferior to us. And we always want to suppress them. And of course, no other people will be ready to get suppressed. So there will be fight, continuous fight, wars. It's been happening. Look at the history. If you look at the history from past 2,000 to 3,000 years or 4,000 years, this has been the whole story of the world. But Vedas never up to this. They say the world is one. You all belong to one family. You are all one race. You belong to one caste system is not there. You all belong to one species, human beings. You all belong to one family. You all belong to one, if that word can be used, religion. There is a human religion. And no other religion is recognized by the Vedas. Now this feature, what you find in the Vedas, if you understand it correctly and practice it, world peace will not be a dream, it will become a reality. The only thing is, you have to understand the spirit, what's there in the Vedas. It is so wide and broad. Nowadays, because of modernization and technology, they speak of one thing. The technology and modernization has spread even to the nook and corner of the world, and the whole world has shrunk, has become small, can move from any corner to any corner within no time. The whole world has been reduced into what is called as a global village. It's a global village. It's no more a big globe. It's a small one now. You can communicate from any corner to any corner. Earlier it was through wire, now no such thing. We have got satellites. Any place to any place, you can communicate, any place to any place. You can transfer photographs, audio, video. Of course, we are also using it now. It's all happening. We are not far away. We are all so close by. So, the concept of global village is taking shape. Fine. But one very important question. Has this reduced the chaotic condition in the world? No. The chaos in the world, the enmity, the intolerance, terrorism, disturbance, wars, it is still rampant. Just because of technology and modernization, the communication has improved, and no part of the world is far off from us. But at heart, all human beings, we are very, very far off. We are not close by. That's the sorry aspect of it. We are all dependent on machinery, and our whole life has become mechanical. Human feelings, human emotions, human relationships has been a toll for this. We believe machines more than people. We depend on mechanism than on people. A human relationship has suffered a lot. Now this is the casualty that we are facing, and Vedas address this very clearly. Yajurveda 32.8. Yajurveda 32.8. It says, Vishwam bhavat eka needam. Vishwam bhavat eka needam. Vishwam, Vishnu Vyapto. Bhavati eka. Needam. Needam is a nest. Needam is a shelter. Needam is a shadow. This is the vision of the Vedas. It says, the whole world is like one shelter. The whole world is like one shadow, one umbrella under which we are there. And the whole world is one nest. Imagine a nest. The bird builds it. And all its small birds, they hatch out from the egg. And they all stay in that small nest. And the mother and the father bird bring food and feed them. And they are all in one nest. Coexistence. Now this coexistence, as the small birds are there in a nest, yes, the whole world has to be like that. We should feel that we all belong to one nest, we all belong to one species. We are all living under one umbrella. That's the umbrella of humanism, the umbrella of human culture, the umbrella of human religion. We are all together. We all live for one another. Now the concept is that of a nest, not even a village. Even village becomes broader. A nest is still smaller. We are so close by. We are so connected. The human relationship is so fine because we are living in a nest, small nest. This should be our feeling internally. This internal feeling brings us closer, brings us nearer, and a human relationship improves. And there is no emphasis on modernization, mechanization. Vishwam bhavati eka needam. Let's say goal that is set up for the human beings. Whatever you do, you think that you are part of this world. You are a world citizen, not citizen of any one particular country. You are a world citizen. Whatever you do should contribute for the welfare of the world. Of course, I got intermediary steps. The society where we live in and the world. Society is the local world around us. But this local world is never separated by the big world. A big world is a composition of different small worlds. There's perfect interrelationship, perfect interdependency. If the society where I live in, if the world where I live in, if that is well, who is benefited? It's me only ultimately. If there is no hole in the ozone layer, who is benefited? Not only human beings, every life on this planet is benefited. If there is no air pollution, no acid rains, who is benefited? Is it the people of any one country or the whole world? Am I not in the world? Is not my society a part of this world? They are benefited. If there is no water pollution, who is benefited? All is benefited. If there is no global warming, who is benefited? The whole world. Overall there in this world, it is me, you, and all the brethren around the world. We are all in it. If anyone disturbs the ecology or the environment or the nature, who suffers? All of us, including that person. There is such a close relationship between every individual, every family, every society, and the world. This I have to recognize. And at any cost, we should not disturb it. If my selfishness has to be sacrificed for the sake of the existence of the world, for the welfare of the world, we should do it. That's a human being. Being selfish is the basic nature of an animal. It's an animal instinct. I cannot teach broad-mindedness, sacrifice, service-mindedness to an animal. No. It just works on its instincts, and all its instincts are restricted to its selfishness. Fine. That's the life for an animal. All of human beings. We're not animals like that. We are capable of thinking, we are capable of analyzing, we are capable of visualizing, we are capable of sacrificing, we are capable of loving. So many things. These are all the additional features what you find in human beings other than an animal. Unless we exercise these additional and peculiar and unique features of a human being, we are never human beings. But in our form, in form we are human beings, but in reality, we are no less than animal. We are worse than an animal. Now that is the way we are living today. That's the way we are living today. I am totally concerned about my selfishness, my selfish goals, and I'm never bothered about what's its impact on the society or the world. Thinking about that, having concern about the welfare of the world, it's possible only for a human being. He saves himself and all the other creatures on the planet. This you should realize. This is a fact, this is a reality. Unless you do it, you are not safe. If somebody goes against this norm, if somebody disturbs somewhere the ecology or the environment, not only he, not only that country, not only that society, the whole world suffers. Because it is one globe, it is one nest. It is not disintegrated, it is one unit, it is one mass. So this is a very, very important concept that Vedas promote for the welfare of the human society and the world at large. Now, if this becomes our logo, if this becomes our motto, if this becomes our guiding principle at the international level, and if we are serious about it, and if we pursue it with all dedication and honesty, world peace is not a dream. We can work for it. And in a very short time, the whole world will become one government, will become one society, and the man-made terrorists will vanish, and there will be one rule governing the whole world, one constitution which can govern the whole world. And once again, which can be that constitution, which can work efficiently? Once again, it is nothing but the Vedas. Vedas are fit to be the constitution of the world. For a simple reason that it never discriminates between man and man. It says the guidance what is given here in the Vedas is for all human beings, no discrimination whatsoever. Caste, creed, gender, nationality, as you understand it today. It never differentiates on any such thing. And its main focus is on the spiritual upliftment. We are all fighting at the material level. We are all trying to grab the natural resources. We are trying to exploit the natural resources beyond limit without applying our mind. The natural resources, some are renewable, fine. Some are non-renewable. We are extracting them so much. It may be water, it may be petrol, it may be fossil fuel, whatever it is. And there are many renewable sources, and we are using up those renewable sources also indiscriminately. Yes, it is renewable, but there is a certain rate of renewing. But the rate of consumption, the rate of exploitation of the resource is many times more than its rate of renewability. It's foolish. It's not prudent. But you're doing it. Ultimately, what is happening? We are also spoiling ourselves and the whole world with us. One word I can use. This is a suicidal tendency. We are committing suicide. And in the suicide, when we are committing, we are also taking along with us the whole world towards death, towards doom. Very unfortunate. The way we look at things has to be totally different. It has to change. Of course, material things are required, but it has to be as minimum as possible for the maintenance of Sharira, Indriya, Manas, the tool of the Atma. Only to that extent we should have. Not a grain more. And leave all the natural resources as it is in the nature. Don't touch them. Not required. Not required. Leave it. Wherever it be. No man-made territories. Now, whatever is necessary, take it from anywhere. No man-made territories. You can take it from anywhere. Right? Take only that much what is required. No competition, no fight over it, no ownership over it. It's also I told you. We are not owners of the natural resource. We are only trustees. Because we have never brought them when we came here, and we are never taking it when we get out. We came empty-handed, we get out empty-handed. Whatever wealth is here on this planet, it is never us. It never belongs to us. It's given to us so that we protect it and pass it on to the next generation, to the posterity. Such a responsibility is called as we are trustees. We find it elsewhere. In Yajurveda 41 it says, Ma gridaha kasya siddhanam. Don't grab it. Don't exploit it. Don't be selfish. Who is the owner of this wealth? Whose wealth is this? It questions. It's a very serious question that we have to take to our heart. Whose wealth is this? Does it belong to me? Does it belong to you? Does it belong to XYZ? Never. We all came empty-handed and we get out empty-handed. We never brought anything here. Then what's the relationship? We are only trustees. For performing the duty of a trustee, of course, we are paid a little honorarium, and that is enough for our existence and maintenance of the Sharira Indriya Manas. Why do we have to maintain this? The Sharira Indriya Manas or the physical thing is not the ultimate thing. Using this tool, I have to work for the upliftment of the soul, Atmodhara. And only when that upliftment of the soul is done, yes, I deserve experiencing bliss, and that's the ultimate search of every living being. Experience of bliss, experience of peace. The root is totally elsewhere, and the way we are living today is totally the opposite of it. We think that material handling, material possession is the ultimate thing. And once I possess the material things, once I possess the money, the wealth, yes, I can be happy. That has never happened, and it will never happen again. Because happiness, because the peace, because the bliss is an internal factor depending on the capacity and sadhana of the soul. It has never depended on the external material things at any point of time. The whole thing is totally different. But unfortunately, even today, the stress, the emphasis is on the mundane things. The direction is totally the opposite. It should change. We are all one. We are all one species. We all belong to one family. We all live in one nest. Whatever happens in one corner of the nest affects everyone in the nest. That's the reality. And when we understand this world as Vishwam Bhavat Eka Nidam, yes, the way we look at the world, the way we lead our lives, our lifestyles, will all undergo a radical transformation. And that is very much essential for establishing harmony, peace in the world, and we can be happy and make others also happy. We can experience bliss and help others also to achieve and experience bliss. What best we can do as human beings? The life today is full of tension and anxiety, directly or indirectly. We are all under stress. We don't know what happens when. We don't know where the war will be waged, at what corner. Who sets up a bomb and blasts it? We don't know. We don't know when the Third World War is about to happen. We don't know when the natural resources come to an end, especially water. It's becoming scarce day after day because we are misusing it. We are wasting it. We are squandering it. Petrol, we don't know when it comes to an end. We may not get even a drop of petrol. Because they're exploiting it in gallons and gallons, in millions, and burning it out. What is the result? The environment is getting polluted. Who is suffering? Not you, not me, the whole world, because one nest. The way we look at ourselves, the way we look at the society, the way we look at the world has to change. No alternative, it has to change. And this change is for the better living of all the creatures on this planet. There is no other way, there is no alternative. That's the only way. We have to change our vision, we have to change our perspective, we have to change our way of life. Yes, we will also be safe, and the whole world also will be safe. It's a must. It's a need of the hour. And this whole thing is summarized in just 4 words. Vishwam Bhavati Eka Nidam. This whole world is one nest. They are all small birds in that nest. Of course, the parental birds, that Satyananda is our mother, that Satyananda is our Pita, that Satyananda is our Mata. Okay, that protects us. But we, every one of us, we are part of this one nest. It's not different. Within that nest, no bifurcations whatsoever. We are all brethren. We are all one community. Unless we implement, unless we take into our hearts this way of looking at things, we have no salvation. We will be complicating the way we live in the world. And the tension, stress, and anxiety will increase and can never come down. Change the perspective, change the way we look at it. Yes, the whole world is different now. And that's very much essential. Which is the guiding principle? Vishwam bhavati ekanidam. This whole world is one small nest. Let us take this to our heart. Let us look ourselves. Let us look about the society in this way and the world and contribute something. And let us spread the word. And it catches, yes, the world has changed. Okay, thank you very much for your patience. Just 4 words, Vishwam bhavati ekanidam, but its impact, its depth is too much. You should be able to feel it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sir.